Hello my friends, welcome back to All the Mods 9. Now last episode we messed around with paintings a little bit. That was quite cool, but this episode we're going to get back to the core of this series. Investigating cool mods in All the Mods 9, and we're going to continue our Create adventure. So come with me into a world of pure imagination. So as you can see, a couple of things have changed in our Create workshop. Number one, there's a massive hole. What the hell? Well don't worry, we're going to plug that in a little bit later, but we've also added a layer down from the top one, and this is a great area for us to add some more processes and create machines. So what else has changed? Well, let's take a look. Number one, we have a computer system down here, and yeah, it's all hooked up via a cable that runs underneath the farm all the way back up to the house. Amazing. And that's going to be great for us getting access to materials while we're in the Create workshop. We added an extra deployer here so that we can create some of the more complex crafts in Create. And also I constructed 3 more mechanical crafters, and now we have a full setup here. And this is important for us because we're going to be able to make crushing wheels with these crafters. Also, one of you guys in the comment section said you can load anything into the crafters, and if you put a lever next to it, it'll try and make whatever it can with what it sees. So let's give that a bit of a test. And we'll double it up because it's time to replace our pocket computer. That's right, the new iPhone is out, and so my old iPhone is running at half speed. Thanks a lot, Steve Jobs. We're going to replace our old, slow, sluggish iPhone with a clipboard from Create. And these are basically, yeah, they do exactly what we want them to do, to-do lists, but just, much more simpler. We don't have to download a complex program just to have a list. Anyway, the recipe is andesite alloy, paper, and, well, any old plank. So andesite goes in, paper goes in, and oak planks go in. Now let's see what happens when we try and craft this. Boom. Okay. Oh yeah, it looks like it's working. It's not working. Oh no, it is! It is working! Amazing! A clipboard. And that's fantastic. So we have fixed, now let me just turn this off. We've fixed our mechanical crafter setup. Fantastic. And thank you in the comment section for giving me that advice. Now before we continue, we're going to fill in this hole. Basically getting light down to the lower levels of your workshops can be real tricky. So we're going to use a kind of like a skylight and fill this hole with glass. But I don't want just regular glass, I want to use some of my new chipped workbenches up at the house to make some fancy glass. So let's grab some and head over there. And we're also going to take some oak planks because I feel like adding up some oak patterned planks to this flooring is going to make it a lot cooler as well. Hey, how's it going, Aqua Hugger? Oh, that's right, yeah, you don't have a job. Oh my god, she's got measles? Measles? I thought the flu was bad enough. We've got some serious sickness going on in the colony. I reckon maybe the build for this episode is gonna be, a hospital. So there we go, let's cook up some sand. Now one of you guys said I should really be moving from jumbo furnaces to iron furnaces, and you guys are absolutely right. And I think I will. It's on my to-do list, but it's not essential for Create. So we'll approach iron furnaces later. I mean, for the time being, old jumbo is fine, and I kind of got like a soft spot in my heart for jumbo furnaces. I don't know why, but I just really love 2 things in Minecraft. Number 1 is big stuff, and number 2 is, multi-block structures. And a jumbo furnace is both of those, so I think that's really cool. Anyway, we've got the glass, we've got some planks. Let's go and see our workbench up here. Yeah, right. So we've got a glass blower workbench. These are super easy to make. All of the chipped workbenches are very easy to make. There we go, take a look. So the glass blower's hut, it's just a bit of iron glass, a blast furnace, and yeah, some bricks and stuff. And likewise, the carpenter's table is equally simple, and those are the 2 we're going to be focusing on right now. So we're going to put a bit of glass in here, and we want like, ooh, some fancy patterns. I think I like oak horizontal lined glass. Yeah, we'll get a few of those. Oh, that's a wacky sound. And then something to mix up that pretty straight pattern, like a fancy variation. We want it to still have the oak frame. Yeah, maybe the square as well. I think that might look quite cool. There we go. Now we're going to go over to the carpenter's table, and what can we do with some oak planks? Something to mix up the monotony. Oh, I do like these vertically railed ones. They're pretty cool. If we can grab some of those, we can spice up our flooring. Let's open up the clipboard and show you guys how this works. So yeah, it's just so simple. You add things to your list, and then you just tick them off as they're done. So number 1 for us is fix the floor. Oh man, got to fix that floor. Number 2 is going to be build a paxel, because basically I've only got a pickaxe. I really want a multi-tool to help me kind of just do things around the colony, like dig wood and dig up mud. Number 3 is going to be crushing wheels, because they're pretty amazing. And number 4 is going to be a lava spout. Basically, I tried to make a flamethrower last episode. A little bit ambitious, maybe, but what I want to do is make sure I can make the components that go into a flamethrower. And the final thing on our list is to build a hospital so none of our dudes have to suffer with, well, the plague. Right, so here we are down at the Create workshop, and it's time to put some of these fancy pieces of glass into position. Now, there's not much room to work with here, but I reckon, yeah, oh yeah, look at the way that connects as well. That looks really slick. Yeah, I like that a lot. And so boom, now we have a fancy skylight. But before we can wrap up fixing the floor, I want to build a paxel, dig up some of the floor, and then fix it. So a paxel is oh so simple to make, but I do think it's time to make the jump from template boards to blueprints. So I'm going to make a few of these because, yeah, basically they're kind of locked behind having paper and blue dye, but now we have the lapis. I think we can kind of stretch for making some more blueprints instead of template boards that are very temporary and early game. And here we go. Oops, let's put the blue dye there. 1, 2, 3, 5. Yeah, I reckon 32 blueprints are gonna see us fine, aren't they? So the Paxel blueprint, boom. And then the Spear blueprint. Ah, yes, the Spear of Legends. Makes me feel like Kaladin Stormblessed. But let's see exactly what a Paxel made out of emerald looks like. So it's brittle. Oh no. Lots of durability though, 1,500. Yeah, I mean, you know what? Why not? I'll get loads of emeralds as I explore things. So yeah. Yeah, it looks like with a tool rod blueprint, we can use all kinds of things to add to our Paxel to give it more durability and some other properties. So we'll make a tool rod blueprint. We'll make a tool rod out of, well, why not iron? We've got loads of it. And maybe that's the idea going forwards. Upgrading all of our shafts from wood to iron, because you know what? We can even take our pickaxe right here, combine it with the iron tool rod, and it becomes, well, even more powerful. And boom, there we go. A couple of tools in the bag. Now, where was I getting distracted? Oh yeah, of course, we're going to fix that floor. So here we go, we're going to try and fix this floor, and what I want to do is, what's the mining speed on this? Not too bad. So there we go, pretty simple. We've just dug the wood away between these logs, and I think this will look pretty cool when I put down some vertical planks. And so here we go, the basically finished floor, and with just a little bit of TLC, a bit of tinkering around in a chipped workbench, the floor has a bit of a pattern to it, and this has really kind of added a little bit of spice to our build. So it's clipboard o'clock, and boom boom, yeah, we just got those two things done. Okay, so next up on the list, it's the crushing wheel. Now we wanted to get ore duplication in this mod pack. We don't have mechanism yet. So what we're going to do is go for create crushing wheels. I've never really used a crushing wheel. I've never actually even made one. But here's the rub. We need to actually use more than a crafting bench to make these. You have to make it with create. So we need andesite alloy, planks, and then in the middle, cobblestone. Okie dokie, very, very exciting here. So we're going to start with the andesite around the edge. And this goes in like a big old loop. Oh yeah, perfect. Then the planks, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a stone in the middle. Oh, and it's coming together now. Oh, baby. Amazing. There's 1. Now, for this to work, we need 2. And, oh, the recipe makes 2. That's so convenient. So, boom, we've got some crushing wheels. We haven't set them up yet, though, because that's going to take a lot of, shafts and belts and tinkering. Number 2 is a lava spout. So the reason why I found lava spouts and why we have to make one is because when you're making things like, is it a heat engine? No. When you're making sturdy sheets, and these are really important for trains as well later on, you're going to need powdered obsidian to get coated in lava and then stamped. Pretty simple. So we need to make a spout. Yeah, copper casing, not too bad at all. We just use logs and then we plonk some copper onto them. Now, one thing that would be nice to make is a way to automate this process because I hate having to manually strip logs. It's such a pain. So what we're going to do is, now that we've got these crushing wheels, we can remove this kind of millstone that we have over here, crushing stuff. We're going to get rid of this and replace it instead with a mechanical saw. It's again very simple to make. I think we've even got all of these bits. Now, I'm not exactly sure if it needs power or what. Let's put it down and find out. Aha, yeah, so power comes in from the bottom. That's a little bit tricky, but very far from impossible to do. But it looks like it's not actually moving at any kind of speed, unless maybe it only turns on if it gets wood. Okay, they're in. The logs are coming out. Yeah, that's not spinning, is it? Yeah, I mean, it kind of makes sense because this is not spinning very quickly at all. Well, this brings us to another machine. We're going create crazy today because basically there is a way you can create increased speed from your gears without all the faff of having like a big wheel, little wheel cog setup like we have up at the farmhouse. And that is with this item over here called the rotation speed controller. The way it works is you just basically put it on a shaft, put a cogwheel above it, and then you manually set the speed. Now, the reason why you don't use them very early on is because they're not the easiest of things to make, but precision mechanisms are something we do actually have, so that's okay. So vertical gearbox here, it comes around this way, then comes around again. We put the rotation speed controller right here, put a cog above it. Now, I'm not sure if you have to use a big one. We'll try and use a small one. Aha, yeah, so it looks like this has to be a big cogwheel because the small one, the spokes don't fit into the controller. It was worth a try. Yeah, okay, and it's a little bit messy. It's clipping into the wall right here, but it does actually work, and that's all we really care about for now. So if we hold down right click here, we can change the speed. And we're going to make this go ludicrous speed, like 256. Oh my god! Look at the speed! This is going to absolutely obliterate any logs that are coming through. Do we actually want that? Well, maybe. Let's try. Here goes the saw. Oh, this is going to be nuts. This is going to be crazy. Okay, there we go. It's all hooked up. Man, it was really difficult placing this. Okay, well now let's put some logs in. Okay, so it's done something. Ah! Oh, man. Oh, what was I doing? Oh, okay, that was a rookie move. A rookie move right there. I don't know why, but yeah, I really should have seen that coming. So yeah, be careful. Mechanical saws do like 50 points of damage when they're running at the speed of light. Anyway, lesson learned. Where's my grave? So here we go, fast forward, and we've now put down some more shafts. We've got conveyor belts here, an andesite tunnel that'll suck it into this chest. Let's see if we can make this work. So we're going to put down another spruce log, see what happens. Okay, it is stripped now, but it's pinging off the wrong way. Why is it not making this continue along the conveyor belt? Maybe, I think, the speed is a bit too quick on the rotation speed controller. Put the shaft back, put the mechanical belt back, and let's see if it works now, because it is actually stripping the logs. This is mission success so far. Huh? Oh man, but this is it. This is why I've built so many create things in my creative world so my builder can build them, because you spend so long going backwards and forwards, messing with shafts, turning things around, getting the cogs the right rotation. It can be real hell to set this up correctly. No, it's still going that way. Man, you know what? Yeah, this is really frustrating. But there is one simple fix that I can do. How about we just make the conveyor belts go to the right instead, and then the start becomes the finish, and the finish becomes the start. That'll work, right? Yeah, sure. Oh my god, finally it worked. So now we can strip a whole stack of spruce logs, ready to turn into casings. It's not flawless, this. Half of the time it's making hollow spruce logs. What we're going to try and do is put a stripped log here in the filter. See if that makes only stripped logs. Yeah, that's much better. No more hollow logs for us. But yeah, it's all working now. What were we even doing? I got so distracted. Yeah, that's right, the lava spout. So we want copper casing and dried kelp. We got loads of dried kelp. Not so much copper casing, but that shouldn't be an issue. Okay, so we have the spout, but Create says we need a few more things to get this pumping lava into a depot. We're going to need tanks over here, some pipes, and a pump. But none of that is too complicated. Over here you can see all we need is some copper plates, some copper ingots, and a cogwheel. So that's no problem. But now that we've got these crushing wheels, how about we set that up so that we can push the copper through that? And let's see what we can do. So I've got this area downstairs and I've hooked up a few more shafts around the edge. And we've loosely earmarked this area for the crushing wheel, but I'm curious to see how these go down. I've never used crushing wheels before, so you know. A bit of trial and error is required. Now when you put it down, it's not a massive thing, right? It's actually quite compact, so we're going to want this, I think probably here and here is going to be perfect, so we crush the things in the middle, and then they go down, land on a conveyor belt, and come out to a chest over here. Sound good? Yeah, I reckon it does. And I do still have these oak iron chests from Sophisticated Storage that just have a bigger capacity, so that might be more useful for us. We'll also need a funnel to make sure it goes in. And now the moment of truth. Let's plug in the other cogwheel, the other crushing wheel. And we toss copper in the top. Oh yeah, hear it crunch. Oh, amazing. And we also get, what is that? Nugget of experience. Oh, very interesting. And we can convert this into a liquid. So we'll hold on to that for the time being. But what else can we do with the crushed raw copper? Well, it says it's used in smelting to make a copper ingot. However, we put one copper in and only got one raw copper out. So it looks like it's not a 2-to-1 ratio with Create. There we go, crunched again. And yeah, only 2 copper. So this isn't actually better than the ore hammer, especially early on. But it certainly is a way cooler way of doing it. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up like some conveyor belts so we can drop off the copper. It'll go up here, come over there, fall into the crushers, and then turn into the raw copper ingot. Oh, look, there we go. We got 2 from that one. Okay, so sometimes you get 2. It's not an amazing ratio, but it's okay. So anyway, now we've got this copper, we can smelt it up and turn it into bars. So plenty of copper now. Let's go and turn these into pipes, pumps, and tanks. Here we go. Boom, a fluid tank. Great. Next up, the pipe. And again, we need more copper plates. Let's go and grab them. Now, one craft gets you 4. Pretty good conversion rate there. And finally, the pump. Oh, which is literally just a pipe and a gear, no sweat. And let's go and plug this in downstairs. So I think this section of the wall is where we're going to have the next craft. Now again, we're trying to create, what is it? Yeah, sturdy sheets. So it's a spout, 2 stampers, and this gives us plenty of room for that. And you start with the spout. So the spout is going to go down, where is this bad boy? There it is. So the spout goes here. We have a chest here, conveyor belt here, spout, stamper, stamper. We have a pump here, making sure it's going the right way. Yeah, down. Then a fluid pipe. Oh, wait, what the hell? Oh my god. Attacked. Oh yeah, it's pretty dark in here. I need to make sure I get some more lights. But it's a good test for our spear, and it does pretty good. Yeah, I'm happy with that spear. So F7. No, you know what? Light overlay says everything is fine in here. That must have come from somewhere else. So like I was saying, we put the pipe here, and then the tanks are gonna go... Ooh, where do we want to put this? I think we'll put it right here. Yeah, that looks pretty easy. Now we have to get power into the pump. This thing needs a bit of create power. So of course it is gearbox time. That, however, does mean that everything's going backwards over there. So do remember, when you do start changing some of these shafts around, you have to make sure that at the end, they go the right way. Very cool. Okay, so now it's pulling out of the tank and into the spout. But we have to make sure there's lava in here. We'll get to that at the end though. So now to make the mechanical press and basically get the conveyor belts, the chest, all of those things into position, and I'll see you in a second. So here we go. I've had to move everything over by 1 block, but this should be okay. We've got the tank up there being powered by a pump into the spout. Then we've got 2 of these mechanical presses. We're going to have, let's see, mechanical belts here and here to go towards the depot. Then mechanical belts over here to put the finished product into this oak iron chest. We'll cover this up. Oh man, yeah, this is all looking pretty good so far. Now the moment of truth. Will all of this work? Okay, well, what's the process? First step, we need obsidian dust. So it's lucky that we got the crusher set up and in position. We'll take half of it and let's go crush some obsidian. And the finished product, can't see it very clearly, but that's some obsidian dust. It must be. Now we put this into the chest on the left. Wait, wait, let's fill it up with lava first. So getting lava is going to be a bit of an issue. What I'm going to have to do is set up like some dripstones above some cauldrons with some lava above the dripstones, and that way you can slowly get lava over time. It's not very quick, but it is renewable. And this is actually where I'm super glad I put some lava into my backpack, because boom, bam, easy lava. So here we go. We put the obsidian in the left. Powdered obsidian comes over here and waits at the depot. Then we put a bucket of lava. Oh my god, no. What happened there? Why didn't that go in? Aha, looks like we have to use a drain. Man, create never ends. There's always a new way of doing things. Aha, but I have a theory in that we can bypass the need for a tank altogether. Oh my god. Oh, what are you doing here? Oh my god. How did you get in? Oh, undead. If we kill the necromancer though, I think the skeletons die. Nope, they don't. Oh no. Okay, time to leave. Yeah, we're getting them. Honestly, the spear is so good. Gives you that little bit of extra range, so you're under less risk of reprisal attacks. So boom, we put the bucket of lava into the drain. It gets pulled into the tank. Yeah, it's going into the spout. Amazing, it's all working. Oh my god. So the depot now has the unprocessed obsidian sheet. But do we even actually really need a depot for this? Let's try replacing this with just a conveyor belt. Here we go, and one more try. Powdered obsidian in here. Oh my god, yeah, we don't actually need the depot. This is perfect. Bam, it stamps down the mechanical press. Bam, it stamps down the mechanical press again, and it looks like we have a sturdy sheet. Amazing! Boom. So that is the crushing wheels. Oh my god. More rude dudes? Get out of my workshop. So the crushing wheel is in position and it works. We're crushing stuff into this chest. That's amazing. Then we have this spout set up to put down lava into obsidian. It gets stamped and we have these sturdy sheets and they're used for all kinds of really cool things. And in mechanical crafting, they're used for things like, ooh, the drilling machine. Whoa, look at some of this stuff. The fluid well extractor. Oh, that's probably a good way of getting lava for us. Well, that's both things we were looking at ticked off our list. So lava spout and crushing wheels, good to go. Now it's time to build a hospital and put this in place. So a hospital, now quite simple to do. Oh no, we can't build a hospital until we have a university. But this is a very easy build indeed. We'll need to make another book, which means we need to make more paper. So where are we going to put our university? This is a really good question. Now I'm kind of thinking that if we have a street of residential over there, we can kind of plonk the university right next to it over here in the middle of this basin. It's going to be a very big and impressive build, the university, so we kind of want it to have, you know, a very central location. So this is the front, and at level 1, it doesn't actually look that impressive. Level 2, ooh, now we're talking, it gets bigger. Level 3, level 4, and level 5? Okay, yeah, that's a pretty cool looking build. But level 1, yeah, pretty basic. There is some granite required, but that's not too hard to get. So in fact, I think exactly where it is could be quite good. We've got plenty of room here between the town hall and the university, so I reckon this is a good place to put it. Boom. Now, building options. This is, oh my god, that's quite high up in the sky. So the moment of truth, build options, does this come with a library intact? No, it doesn't, so the library is not part of this building, but that's okay because the university is still so important, it's got to be the next thing we build. So we're going to go build building, boom, and now let's go and give Ambriel the things she needs to get this built. Like I said, it seems like it's quite high up, but we'll terraform the ground around it, so this university is kind of raised above all the other buildings around it. Trust me, it's going to look really, really, really cool. So here we go, the university, a very important build for any colony. There's a lot of research we have to get done here, so building this sooner rather than later is very important. Now in the comments section you guys said that I'd have to fill in that ravine, and Ambriel did get a little bit stuck in there, so I've had to build her a bit of like a dirt staircase to get herself out. And also, for some reason, I found it very confusing, but she wasn't digging out all of these trees. And that's because there's so much negative space in this build that a lot of these trees can just stay where they are because the university is going to be built on top of them. Now, finding good researchers might be tricky, but I think we can find enough people from the tavern who have a reasonable level of intelligence. So there we go, with the university in position, it is now time to get some researchers, because I was going to stop the episode after the build, but I really want to get something researching while I'm offline. Okay, so let's take a look inside the university. Very cool building, very, very, very cool. I'm not sure about the use of granite, but I think that does get kind of replaced by higher level blocks as it levels up. Good job, Ambriel. So we're going to go over here to the university, manage workers, and oh, we've got a couple of unemployed dudes actually. We're spoiled for choice. Yeah, I think Aqua Hugger is going to be our new researcher. Every level of the building lets you add another researcher. But now we've got a researcher, let's do some research. Now it looks like top of the list for civilian is stamina, this unlocks the hospital, and arguably this is the first and most important thing you're going to want to research. Most of the research is locked behind getting your buildings to higher level though. So once we have a hospital, I think it really is time to start thinking about getting all of our buildings up to level 2. Oh man, so what an episode. We made a truck ton of progress today. We've got a second level to our create workshop, which is great, where we've got our lava spout in action and it can make sturdy plates. We've also got the crushing wheels underneath there as well, and I'll basically tidy up that system between episodes so it looks all nice and fresh. But we really are steaming through create now at quite a decent speed. If you watch this far into the episode, I want you to put crush 'em into the comment section. And yeah, you'll look a little bit weird, but I will heart and like the comment. A massive thank you to all of you guys watching, and until next time, take care.